What's up, guys? I'm Lunatic, coach of the Brookhaven Bandits, and I have not slept in 4 days. So, this is week 2 of PWC Season 8. We're going up against XRN, or XRN. Last week, we played like shit. You know what? Fucking over and done with. We're going up against XRN, and I didn't fucking pull up the team. Shit. Unprofessional. But yeah, last week, the prep was lackluster, the play was terrible, but you know, I just trying to get a clean slate, like not think about last week, just play the game like last week didn't happen. So, we're going up against Vern, and he has a very annoying team, which consists of Jirachi, Greninja, Roserade, Alamomola, Piloswine, Tangela, Florges, Infernape, Lanoon, Archeops, and Mega Latios. His Z-captains are Infernape, Greninja, and Archeops. So, just looking at what he has in his team, things that I struggle against are Jirachi, Greninja, and Mega Latios. So, 2 of those mons are dealt with pretty well with Blacephalon, the Jirachi and Mega Latios. I had like a Scarf set. I would outspeed Mega Latios, and I hit both of them super effectively with Shadow Ball and do a ton of damage. But Greninja is a very, very good offensive check to Blacephalon. It resists my dual stab and threatens me with its dual stab. And also, he fucking sniped me on Greninja. I fucking wanted Greninja. So, Greninja's a problem. I think those 3 are coming. I think Piloswine comes, mostly for the fact of preventing Mega Manectric from freely Volt Switching on his team. I do outspeed everything on his team with Mega Manectric, so I don't think he wants me to just be able to do that. So I think he'll bring Piloswine just for that. His other mons, I could see him bringing Florges. I do have Dual Dragon on my team, so bringing Florges I think would be a good bring. Infernape I think is also a very good bring against me. My Weavile is a pretty big threat to his team. I get to pretty much just click knockoff or crash against his team, and the only thing that really takes it are the Alamomola and the Infernape, really. Nothing else on the team enjoys Weavile's dual stab. And Infernape can bring like Mach Punch. I do have Ice Shard, but what's Ice Shard gonna do? So, go with that. Jirachi, Greninja, Florges, Infernape, Mega Latios, Piloswine. That was 6. I think it'll be about those 6. I don't think Lanoon comes against my team. I do have a Klefki that can like T-Wave or Reflect, stuff like that. Archeops. I don't think Archeops comes. I have a Mega Manectric that naturally outspeeds, and if you were to bring a Scarf set, Klefki can take on its stab. Also, I think he needs to bring diverse speed tiers. Archeops, like against my team, because my team is so like speed tier oriented. I don't think he should have too many speeds that are along the same. I definitely think Mega Latios comes. I don't think Archeops has any reason to come. I don't think it's like niche, not niche, but like its speed and like offense is needed for this matchup. Honestly, I think just Greninja bodies my team. I've reached out to 2 other coaches. I had a very fucking busy week, but I should be bouncing back soon. There's a lot of stuff going on. But I reached out to 2 coaches, and I basically said, how do I not lose to Greninja? Because Greninja is a huge threat to my team. I think just an issue with Greninja is that it's kind of put into 4 move slot, potentially. I think it needs to bring Water Stab, so like Hydro Pump or Scald. It needs to bring Extra Sensory, because Tentacruel is a pretty good answer to it. And Extra Sensory, even if I'm max Spadef Tentacruel, it still can do over half. I think he needs Ice Beam for the likes of Tyrantrum, Komo-o, and Virizion. And then either another coverage move or Water Shuriken. I forgot what the coverage move was. Oh, Dark Cloak. So, yeah, Dark Cloak. I do have like a Mesprit. A Spadef Mesprit could potentially take on Greninja, so he might want to pack the Dark Pulse as well. Because neutral hits, the Mesprit does take fairly well. So, let's go into the team that I'm bringing. You can see here, Tyrantrum, I just picked him up. I'm bringing Choice Scarf, Rock Head, Head Smash. Very inaccurate move, but it does a huge amount to its team. Jirachi being one of the only things that could really take the hit to an offensive set, it does like 40%. Everything else, Greninja drops, Roadbreak drops, Alomomola takes like half, Palosprine takes like half, Tangela takes like half, Florges gets bodied, and Infernape gets pretty bodied, but he could have Mach Punch or he could be Scarf himself. Lanoon I don't think is coming, but that would die, Arceus would die, and Megaladios also fucking gets bodied. So I really, really like the Scarf Tyrantrum. Just looking at Team Match, that was the first thing I put on. That's why I'm talking about it first. The other moves I threw on were Crunch and Outrage. Crunch does do more to the Jirachi. That's basically it. Head Smash is really the button I'm going to be clicking. I have Outrage on there. If Florges goes down or it doesn't come, and also Jirachi, then I can spam Outrage as well, and he doesn't have good switching for that. It also hits the. Let me check the damage 150. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so that's that. And then the last move, I didn't need another move. I thought about Earthquake potentially, but I figured I don't need Earthquake. I have the Crunch for Jirachi, and as I mentioned before with Infernape, either it'll have Mach or be Scarfed and be able to take me out. I mean, I'm a pretty bulky boy, so I don't know about that. But Head Smash would take it out anyways. So, I just threw on Stealth Rock at the end. There could be a turn where Tyrantrum just threatens something, and I'd rather get Stealth Rock up than try to break through something. Something like Alomomola, which I think I said half, but I think it does a little under half. So if that thing is like his switch in, and I'm not going to 2KO, I can get Stealth Rock up and threaten him. I'm max attack Adamant, 228 speed to outspeed his fastest mon, which I believe is the Megaladios at base 110. Then 24 HP, and then just 4 in defense. Next up, we have the Klefki. Klefki is lost because you lose your keys. This is really my answer to the Greninja. Well, my switch into the Greninja. Max HP, max Spadef, 4 speed, 2 speed creep. Florges? I think it's Florges. I think they're both base 75 speed. I have the Prankster Toxic for that. I don't think he'll bring a... if he brings Florges, I don't think it brings Heal Bell because my team is so offensive. I don't think he's going to expect me to bring Status. I don't think bringing something like T-Wave would be too necessary because a lot of my team just outspeeds his. So I don't expect it to bring Heal Bell. Probably just like a standard Wish Protect stuff. I have the spikes to wear down his team. Things that are really annoying to deal with, Alomomola and Pilotline. Can be very, very difficult to take down. Alomomola does have the Regenerator, so having spikes up to kind of counteract the Regenerator health is really helpful. Piloswine, if I'm not hitting it with something like the Tyrantrum, it could be hard to take down. Wearing down stuff like Florges potentially as well. That thing could be annoying. Jirachi as well. Greninja. I can't figure out what item he's gonna bring on Greninja. I'm thinking potentially Life Orb, just so it does a lot of damage. Maybe Expert Belt. He could bring a Z move as well. So I was leaning more towards Life Orb. So having spikes and him taking Life Orb damage will wear that thing down a lot. That thing is really annoying to deal with, so being able to wear it down in that way I think was useful. Dazzling Gleam to hit said Greninja. If I'm going to be the answer to it, I want to be able to hit it. And then I just have Foul Play on there. In hindsight, I don't think Foul Play was the best bring. I'm not sure. I had trouble finding a fourth move to put on this. But between Spike's Toxic Gleam, that was mostly what I needed. Foul Play. Oh, Foul Play allowed me to like hit Jirachi in some way. It can also help with certain other mons where Gleam doesn't do as much. Yeah, that's pretty much Klefki's job. Spike up, maybe Gleam, and take on Greninja. Next up, we have a Life Orb Weavile with a knockoff Crash, Shard, and Brick Break. Knockoff, I mentioned before, Weavile's Dual Stab is really nice against his team. I'm also very fast. That 125 speed, I outspeed everything in his team. Crash, I outspeed and Oko the Mega Latios with Crash. Ice Shard is something that I can deal with Arc Gap. That's another reason why I don't think it comes. I mean, Infernape is a good offensive check to it. As I mentioned before, if it packs like Mach Punch or if it is Scarfed, Weavile does not like that. Crash does do a good amount to Florges, Tangela. Knockoff is very nice for Pilot Line to get rid of its Eviolite. Getting it off on Alomomola could also be nice to get rid of probably leftovers. Roserade, Crash and Shard, Greninja. I do have the Brick Break. If he does have the Water Shuriken, that could be an issue for Weavile. It depends on, you know, how much health he has at that point, because I can Ice Shard before he Water Shuriken, but it doesn't do a lot because he does resist the hit. So, and then yeah, Direction. The Brick Break is there to hit Greninja, because it resists my dual step. I think that's basically the only reason Brick Break's there. I didn't need another move. So I'm just max attack, 232 speed, Jolly, 2 speed, Mega Latios. Oh no, 2 speed Greninja actually. I forgot, Greninja's the fastest one. My bad. So 10 reactions without speeding that, I'm guessing. Pretty sure that's what I did. And Weavile's name is going to change throughout the season to be variants of the Hash Pinging Slasher. I forgot what it was last week, but now it's Bash Pinging. Next up, we have the Blacephalon. So, I wasn't sure about the set because Greninja exists, but I'm not sure if he's going to bring Water Shuriken or not, and if he doesn't, then this set can do a lot of work. I have the Mind Blow, Shadow Ball, Flame Charge, Fire Blast with the Fire MZ. Shadow Ball is very nice against the team. Z Mind Blown has a chance to Oko Greninja, so that is not a switch-in. Shadow Ball does a ton to his team. If I do get up a Flame Charge, I can just kind of run through him, really, if Greninja does not have the Water Shuriken. He does have stuff like Alomomola, but I am planning to take that down with the likes of Spikes and Toxic. Same potential with... well, no, Pilot Line doesn't really take the hit. That's about it, really. Like Infernape, it won't be able to Mach Punch me. And if it's Scarfed... Well, if it's Scarfed, I can deal with it, I think, better than if it's not Scarfed. And Blacephalon does resist his Fire Stab, and can you not? And I'm immune to its Fighting Stab. So I can, with the team I have, I think I can play around the Infernape, if it is Scarfed. But yeah, Z Mind Blown can just tear something apart. This will either act as like a wall breaker or a sweeper, similarly to the Tyrantrum. I'm 200 speed, hasty nature for the Trout Speed Mega Latios, max special attack and 56 and HP. And next up we have Fast Boy. I had to change his name because of the calculator. Fast as fuck goes on too long and it messes it up. I have the Volt Switch Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Snarl. I like the Snarl on this set because lowering the special attack of some mods in the team could be pretty nice. Something like Florges that I would probably vote for some Florges. It's really there for like Jirachi and Megalodios. Megalodios, if it's like a Calm Mind set, snarling it would be nice. It does good damage too. Same goes for Jirachi. I don't know what Jirachi set he brings. I think a Scarf Jirachi is a potential bring, which would be really, really annoying. My team doesn't deal with it well, because if he just flinches me, he can legitimately just flinch me to death with Scarf Jirachi. But Mega Main here is kind of an answer to it. I do resist the Iron Head and I do have the Intimidate, but that's really it. The Electric, Stab, and then just Flamethrower for stuff like Rosemary, Tangela. That's really it. Electric really is all I needed on this. A max special attack, 180 speed, modest nature, 72 HP, and 8 defense. Because that's all the speed I need. And then lastly, we have Komodo. So this set I wasn't too sure of. It's a Life Orb Komodo with max attack, 188 speed, 64 HP, and 4 speed F. That's the same speed. Nope, that is not the same speed. Well, that's the speed that I put. It is Dragon Dance, Outrage, Poison Jab, Close Combat. It was originally Dragon Claw over Outrage. But I changed it to Outrage because Tyrantrum has Outrage. Just throw Outrage on this. What's the Florges, right? I do have the Poison Jab for the Florges. At +1, I outspeed everything in this team. And I do a ton of damage. Close Combat kind of wrecks him. And then the Poison Jab specifically for Florges. Then Outrage also deals with most of the stuff. Jirachi's had a Close Combat switch in. Yeah, the only thing I really have to worry about is like Pilot Fine Ice Shard. But I'll play around that. I had Drain Punch on this set at one point as well, but it missed out on certain KOs, so I opted for the Close Combat. I like the Drain Punch idea, so that if the Pilot Fine tried to be an answer, I could heal off of it, but opted not to. The Life Orb was kind of scary because this thing's gonna wear itself down, and with stuff like Ice Shard and Moss in the team that just outspeed me, I thought this could get worn down really fast. But just the damage output that it does against the team, I figured it'd be worth it to do it. So I've been rambling for almost 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go to the battle. And we are here with the battle. So he opted to bring the Greninja, Alomomola, Palosprine, Megalodios, Infernape, and Florges. Most of which I expected. I did expect to see Jirachi in there, which is strange. Jirachi instead of Aloe or the Florges. I understand the Florges bring. As I mentioned before, I do have Dual Dragon, so I understand him bringing that. The Aloe was something that's just very fat, that certain monsters on my team could struggle with. And the fact that the things on my team that deal with Alomomola would be like Mega Manectric and Virizion, and Piloswine kind of pressured both of those. It is immune to my Manectric and can Ice Shard Virizion. So bringing his dual waters, I can kind of see it. As I mentioned before, Tyrantrum Head Smash I think does just a little under half to Aloe, so it is it can be just something that's hard to break for me. So I do really want to get up spikes, and I do want to Toxic that thing. So looking at matchup, I wasn't entirely sure what to lead. I didn't want to lead main. I thought his potential lead would be either the Pylo or the Infernape for rocks and for like U-turn pressure. I didn't think Greninja would lead. I don't think it would be a lead set with like spikes or anything. I thought he would keep it in the back to pressure something on my team. So what I opted to do was just lead Tyrantrum. I could potentially Stealth Rock on something. Probably not. I would probably just Head Smash something. and just see what it does. And he does lead the pilot line. Head Smash does do about half if he's like max HP. If he's max HP, it's guaranteed to do half. I could see like how much bulk investment he has, and also I do want to wear this thing down. Because if I get rid of this, Mega Man X can just freely bulk switch. So I do want to do that. Go for the Head Smash, does 52%. He goes for Earthquake, he gets a crit, and that crit did indeed matter. I asked him after the game. Max Attack Adamant was a roll to knock me out, and also very heavy. My favorite Tarantula is a bulky boy. He was not that, so that crit mattered, and that's kind of important because, as I mentioned before, Tarantula can just tear through his team. As you see, I just did half to his pilot line, which is one of his fat mons. And also, I cannot get self-rock up this game. So the only entry hazards I have now is the spikes on Klefki, so I do need to make sure that I get those. So after pilot line killing that, I just go into Klefki. I did that, okay. I was so fucking tired, but I was able to make this thought that was go into Klefki and pretend you have Magnet Rise. I don't know how I was able to think of that, but and I made the play fast to like convince him more that I had Magnet Rise. If I took my time, then he might have not fell for it, but I did do that. I did think Infernib could potentially come in, which I was not excited about on my Klefki. I do throw off the Toxic, so at least I have something on this thing. I go into Komodo on his incoming attack. I could take anything from this. And here, so I have Komodo in. I cannot Dragon Dance right now and just like straight through his team. My only Dragon move is the Outrage. So to take out like Latios, I would have to click Outrage. Poison Jab and Close Combat would not do enough, and I can't do that because Torjus is alive. So here I had to make a prediction on what he would bring in. I didn't think Infernib would stay in, so it was a matter of what is he going to. And I thought Forges was just a good bring into this. It was immune to one stab and resist the other. So I made the hard read and went for the Poison Jab as the Forges came in. It shows it's a Kevia berry, which was interesting. And as you see, I do get the poison. However, that poison does not matter because just that Poison Jab damage through Kevia berry. This was not max defense Forges. It was max HP and probably mixed defense, more so in special defense, after running the damage. So the next Poison Jab, regardless of the poison, will knock it out. So that's exactly what I do. I figured he would probably just sack this. Poison Jab does do a good amount to the rest of the team as well. So I do knock that thing out, which is great. He goes Greninja, I go hard into Klefki. And here he shows the Shattered Psyche. I don't know if that was necessary to take out Komodo from where it was, if I was somehow out of range of Extra Sensory. But revealing that he's Z-move, his damage output is much lower than if he was like Life Orb. And I did mention I did expect him to bring Psychic coverage because Tentacle could have been a really good answer to this thing without Psychic coverage. So I don't know if he had to blow that for Komodo to die. But as you see, Klefki takes like nothing from that, and this is my opportunity to get up a Spike. I think the Spike's really important. If Infernib comes in again, I understand the play, I stand by my play. I go into Komodo as he goes for Fire Punch, which I found interesting. Why he didn't go for Earthquake. He went for Earthquake before, and it did a decent amount. It did 21% actually. And the rest of my team does not appreciate switching into an Earthquake. But he goes for Fire Punch. And I eat that. So now I know after that damage, I know I can take a hit from this thing. So what I end up doing here is he swaps out into Alamomola, and I just throw off an Outrage. He does not have a switch anymore. His sword just is dead. Alamomola comes in and it's like, oh no, I don't want to be here. So he swaps back out into Infernib, and that thing dropped, and it shows Rocky Helmet. And I was very interested as to why he brought Rocky Helmet. He told me after that this Infernib was like a switch into Weavile, but Infernib is already a pretty good switch into Weavile. It resists both my stabs, if I'm not mistaken, and it gets Mach Punch. So I was very confused as to that Infernape set. But anyways, the Infernape is down, so that's great. Life Orb has worn me down. He brings in Greninja. I'm just sacking Komodo at this point, because I don't want to take damage on other mons. I go back into Klefki because I know I can, as he brings in the Piloswine. And I just throw off a Gleam, in case he wanted to... Nah, he probably didn't want to stay him. I thought Gleam was just good. It hit everything, really. The Alomomola was really low at this point. It gets me a little damage on the Pylo, and it hits Greninja and Megalodios both super effectively. So, I opt to get up another Spike, just to keep the Aloe in check more. Here I go for Foul Play. I think it did like maybe 1% more than Gleam. It goes for Earthquake. And then I just take this out with the Dazzling Gleam. So with these two spikes, I'm in a good spot. It goes Greninja. So that was that right there. I went for the Toxic. I knew I was just gonna go down at that point, so that didn't really matter. I could have thrown off another Spike, I guess. But if I went for Foul Play or Gleam, Greninja would outspeed me, and I did forget about the Greninja not being affected by Prankster because it's Dark type, which was something that I tell myself don't forget, but because I've been so tired lately, I did, which is pretty funny. But at this point, I'm free to go into Mega Man Electric. His ground type dead. I get to freely Volt Switch. I'll take out Greninja and go Weavile every time. Just I win. I get to go into Weavile, outspeed this thing. Greninja will not take a crash very well, so he can't switch into that. Megalodios is dead. He goes into Greninja, and then he swaps into Alomomola, which I found kind of interesting. I go for Brick Break, showing off, I guess, the tech. And then I just 2 KO that. And I kind of understand this play. I think at this point he's going for Differential, because if he does have Water Shuriken, if he has the Water Shuriken, he wants me to take as much Life Orb damage as possible, taking out Alomomola, so that Greninja can come in and go for Water Shuriken. But Mega Man Electric is still pretty healthy, and I outspeed this, and Water Shuriken is definitely not going to do enough to that. So at that point, if he wears me down with my own Life Orb with Alomomola, then I could potentially get into range of Greninja's Water Shuriken. However, he does not have a damage boosting item, so I think I'm safe from even 5 hits. I'm not sure on that. I looked at 3 and I was pretty safe. I'm not sure 5 would have been though. And it might have been that I lived 5 and then died of Life Orb. But anyways, that could have saved him differential. He does show here that he does have the Water Shuriken. It does 10. It does 9 to 10. He only gets 2 hits, which is unfortunate for him. I do kill him with Brick Break. He would have had to hit 4 Water Shurikens for me to die after the Life Orb. So, I mean, that's 50-50, right? You hit 2 to 5 times, so 2, 3, and then 4, 5. So it's 50-50 of Weavile going down, but I did guarantee win at that point because Mega Man Electric would come in after. So we do win 3-0. And I mean, like I said, you know, just forget week 1 and just play the game. And I mean, it turned out pretty well. Talking to him after the game, he said he didn't bring Rashi because Piloswine took his place. So I guess he really did want to bring the Alomomola. The other 4 I understand completely. And he said my team was hard to prep for. And I'm like, well, yeah, we've all kind of went in. 5 of these mons were pretty much must brings. The almost Florges was I would argue it's a must bring. I do have Dual Dragon, so I understand that completely. But I made the big boy plays, making hard reads. Unfortunate turn 1, but I guess unfortunate turn 21 where Water Shuriken only hits twice. So that's about it. There was no real hacks that I noticed at all. I got the poison on Florges, but that didn't matter. And yeah, that was the game. We are still not at 0 differential because our week 1 was so bad, but I'm trying to bounce back. Hopefully next week I will have had some sleep and be able to play even better than this. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.